Hello everyone, welcome to StraightA. Dawson here, back with another video here today, and we're doing Week 8 power rankings, even though we just finished up Week 9, because I'm a lazy fuck who didn't get around to doing these power rankings because they weren't very interesting last week. And what else is new? I'm late to the party. So again, with precaution, I'm not including Week 9 results, though in my head I'm kind of mentally prepared to do a couple things already, and I'm pretty much making the changes right after this video is done, because I have to make like 5 videos tonight, because I'm going on vacation and I'm already behind on videos anyway, so like, go fuck myself. Either way, we're going to jump right into it. I'm not really going to try to hide too many of them this time. I'm just going to quickly go over them because, again, this video is going to be more or less out of date, but I want to continue the trend, continue where my thought process is going forward. Panthers, Raiders, Tennessee Titans, and Patriots all pretty much bottom, pretty much in that order. I think this is the personal order of the bottom 4 teams in the league, but if you want to debate me about it, sure, go ahead. I'm willing to hear arguments, but that's for sure bottom 4. Saints, they're getting down there. Not going to lie to you, they do not look good. If they don't have Derek Carr, they especially look like a bottom 5 team, which they have done for the last few weeks, and even then, they're so fucking banged up and hurt, they deserve to be at 28 at this point. Giants, they're showing some flashes here and there, but still, for the most part, pretty bad team, 27. Jets, I mean, come on. If you got Devontae Adams and you still can't turn over results, yes, they won Week 9. They'll go up. Yes, they look good. But, I mean, still, the record sucks. They haven't been playing good this whole time. 26 is a very fair argument. 25 for the Dolphins. Again, even with Tua back, I know it takes time to readjust, but for that team, they don't have time to readjust. They got to go. And so when they drop games like this, and not put up the results they hope to do, especially in Week 9, even 2, you're just not gonna. It's not gonna be very, very good in the making from it. I see the top 24 teams all having higher upside for the rest of the season over the Dolphins at this point if Tua doesn't put something together again. Cleveland with Jameis Winston actually might have a shot. They actually might be giving me some hope. Never give me hope, man. Never give me hope. I like the Browns because they're so hated on. But I'll say they've done it to themselves. They did it to themselves. Cardinals, I mean, they, again, flash, no flash. Flash, no flash. They're at 23 now. They'll probably be at 27 next week. I just don't know what to do with the Cardinals. They're going to hover between 22 to 26 pretty much this whole fucking season because they're sometimes good, sometimes bad. They just got to get more talent around that team. Jacksonville, I mean, they've showed flashes enough to get them to the 22 spot, and they're maintaining their spot by not looking horrible, especially with Christian Kirk now out for the season. Trevor hasn't been playing horrible. Defense hasn't been playing horrible, but they still just lose games. So, -1 drop down. Chargers, they are consistently going. I love where their coaching's at. I love where their run game's at. I love where Justin Herbert's mindset is at. Lad McConkey looks like he's panning out. Joshua Palmer's looking like a pretty good guy. I mean, like, this is a good team. 21 is where I'm putting them. Colts, I don't know. What's your quarterback situation? That's all I got to know. Everything else seems pretty stable. You know, if I knew what the quarterback situation was, I'd be willing to move them down or up. They're keeping Anthony Richardson in. Long term they're going up, but short term they're going down. Joe Flacco's in. Short term they're going up. Long term they're going down. 20. There you go. Bears, you just can't catch a fucking break. You're a fraud team in a really good division. You're gonna get shown up by it when you play your divisional games. Welcome to the 19th spot. Your defense is still pretty good, but Caleb Williams is a whiny crybaby, and all Bears fans cannot get over a big Hail Mary loss. Good for you. Falcons +1. Overall, your offense is really good. Your defense is not playing up to the standards you would hope, but you're still a pretty good team. 18, basically fringe playoff team. Seahawks, I mean, you got torched by an actually good team. Granted, we're gonna have that same conversation about the Broncos next week. Don't look forward to that. Well, I don't look forward to that in the next 20 minutes or so when I record that video. Seahawks are just bad. I mean, like, you show flashes here and there. DK's hurt. Geno's playing like shit. Your defense is not doing anything. You're gradually going down. Granted, you're competing against good teams. You're competing against more middling teams, so that's why you're not, like, plummeting. Well, I guess -6 is pretty plummeting, but you're no longer a playoff-type caliber team like you could have been. Broncos +2. When you beat the Panthers, I guess it was pretty good. Bo Nix looked good. Everything about that team looked good that week. It was against the Panthers, so +2. Yeah. Cowboys, I want to have hope, man. I say hope as in, like, I look at the team and I'm like, this team should be good. Look at what this team did last year. But, like, are y'all just not good? And I know everybody's going to be like, oh, man, you know, the Cowboys always suck anyway. And you're kind of right. I mean, they kind of suck always in the playoffs at the very least. But they're just bad, man. They're just so fucking bad. Now Dak's hurt Week 9, so that's going to not help their case. So they're going to go down even more probably. Bengals -2. Again, man, Joe Burrow's looking good. Their defense isn't competing. The offense is basically carrying this team across finish lines. And it's not a good standard to live by. with the Bengals team, especially with the record you're at. You can't be offensive the whole time. You're going to slow down. You're going to cool down. Your defense is going to have to carry you sometimes. Vikings, hey Vikings fans, guess what? You're still at 13 despite 2 losses. Am I a Vikings hater now? Oh my gosh, do you hate the Vikings? They're not top 10 right now, even though they're 5-2. And look, they played like fucking shit the last 2 weeks, okay? They played good teams. I shouldn't say they played like shit. They played good. They played fine in both games, okay? That's over-exaggeration. They played good against 2 good teams. They didn't get the win. All right? This shows that they're not just an easily top 5 team. And I look at the top 5 teams. Heck, if I look at the top 10 teams, I'm thinking all 10 of those teams can pretty easily probably beat the Vikings. The Vikings every now and then getting a good pretty victory against them. Who knows? They're a 13th seeded team. They're still a playoff caliber team in mine, but there's higher upside from the teams above them, like the Commanders, who have been doing awesome. Yes, Jaden Daniels didn't do very well against a Bears defense. The Bears have a great defense. Go fucking figure. And sure, you can't really give him all the credit for the Hail Mary. Did he play smart? Sure. He was also coming off an injury. Sure. There's a lot of things that you could say, sure this, sure that. The defense has been playing out of their mind. The offense is doing a very efficient work, even against good defenses, and they're winning over games, and they have a good record. They're 6-2 at the time of this power ranking. Give them some credit. Rams, Puka and Cooper Kupp are back, and man, granted Puka was out for now 1 game, but this offense is electric. The defense is putting something together. This is a potential top 10 team, and I will die on the seal. Braden would love me for it, but like even though the record doesn't reflect it, I think all engines are hitting on, and they have a decently winnable schedule ahead, so it's very, very possible. Steelers, wow. I mean, Russell Wilson's actually breathing life in that offense, and the defense is really good. So, like, I can't really deny them a top 10 team. As you see, my top 10 hasn't changed, so I'm going to quickly go through it. Bucks, I mean, they're giving me some hope here that they're still competing without their weapons. Mike Evans is still coming back, so, like, while they're not getting the most impressive performances, I will say they are at least in the conversation of maybe they're not god-awful just yet. Now, granted, Chiefs game, will that change my mind? I'm not too sure it will about them being around the top 10, but they definitely don't look bad. They don't look bad. They just don't look great either. So I'm willing to wait this week on the Buccaneers. Eagles, very good. Go figure. Texans. The more I watch their games, the more I realize they're playing just very non-impressively. And what I mean by that is that they are winning games and they're putting up good stats, but they're not doing very flashy plays. They're not beating teams by an inch of their life. They're not, beating good teams they should be beating, but they're just playing a normal season. And I think they're playing a normal, efficient season. CJ Stroud's pretty good. The defense has been playing pretty well. The run game is actually existent. So I just feel good about the Texans. They just feel like a natural competitor rather than a boom or bust type team, which I'm not going to say the Lions are, but the Lions have kind of feel like they either kick somebody's teeth in or they just kind of lose in pretty bad fashion. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it's an observation I've made. Bills 6. I mean, again, Bills have had a very turbulent season so far, but the Bills are still the Bills. They're very good. 49ers, say what you will. I will die on this hill. Unless the 49ers have a complete collapse in the next couple weeks, they are a top 10 team. Can you criticize me because their record's so bad to put them near the bottom of top 10 and more in the 11-12 spot and maybe even over the Vikings or even below the Vikings? Sure. I would say any given week, the 49ers can beat any single team in the NFL, Lions included, Vikings included, Chiefs included. Every game they compete, even with injuries, even with their struggles, they still compete against top-tier teams. Sometimes they also just end up competing down to another team's level as well. I'm keeping them top 5 for now. That's probably my criticism of the week, though. Packers, I mean, they look like a force. Even the small occasions they don't have Jordan Love, they do amazing. And Jordan Love isn't playing out of his mind crazy good, but they're running that offense very efficiently. That defense has always been really good. It's just that Packers team is something to fear, and I think not enough people are giving them credit of a top 5 caliber team. People are realizing they're good, and as a top 10 team, this is a top 5 level team. When you watch them play, it's impressive. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. They're undefeated. They're still undefeated even through week 9, but they're not putting up stats. Their defense their defense is amazing. Their offense has been spotty. DeAndre Hopkins seems to be breathing life into it, so we'll see if that continues. But Ravens and Lions, easily, they're winning games. They're winning games against good teams or up-and-coming teams. Lions, more impressively, because their offense and defense feel more balanced, while the Ravens still feel a bit more turbulent. So that's the kind of slight edge there. But both those teams are very close. All 3 of the top teams are pretty damn close. So give them some credit. So this is my power rankings. It's a pretty quick video, but this is kind of out of date. But you should see power rankings. I don't know. You'll see power rankings eventually for week 9. I'll see y'all in the next one.